Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville. This is weird because this series ended and somehow, I'm not saying that I fixed the save game because I don't know what I've done right now, but I managed to find an older save of this game and it's kind of loaded up. Now this makes no sense to probably a lot of you guys, but and I've got face cap. I'll explain it. So basically, I think it's about like literally over a year ago right now, I did this series called Woodville, which was a game or a save game based on the forest industry in the forest. But in this, I used the real-time mod, which means days and nights were real-time. People went to work and then came home in real-time. They went to events in real-time, which caused a lot of traffic issues, and it was really, really fun to kind of play with. But then one day, the save game became corrupt, and I didn't have a backup, which was kind of really, really foolish of me, and I was never able to fix it. It completely corrupted. More corrupted than I've ever seen a save game before in my life. But somehow I've managed to kind of crawl back an older save. I think this is about like a month before the game crashed. And since I've got it up, I thought, do you know what? It'll be quite fun to reminisce of how far we got. It'll be quite interesting to see how terrible some of my building was a year ago. I mean, it's still terrible now, but you kind of get the idea. But if you remember this series, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. And, do we do more episodes on this? Do we fix the city? I don't know. Now, one thing I do know is I don't have the real-time mod enabled right now, so it's just pretty much playing it as normal. But this is the city. We have nearly 80,000 people living here. And if I go to free cam, this is what we've currently got. It was beautiful. He had all the landscapes, all of the trees, all the farms. I think we was building a lot around here. So from what this is compared to the last episode I ever did on this game, there is a huge kind of difference. We have the trees, the mountains. It looks pretty good. I'm sure we had a road coming across here too. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. There's a lot that this save game doesn't have compared to the last ever episode I recorded of this. But this was very interesting. Now, like I said, we had the real-time mod enabled, and a lot of this city was built based on that mod. So we had the beautiful little kind of suburb areas, the walkability, the little parks, which allowed us to kind of really take advantage. And I think it was the first time that I ever started to place little kind of commercial stuff nearby, because in that mod, that really helps, like having these stores localized nearby. But before I get into it, we're going to kind of reminisce right now. So we originally started with this little kind of junction right now, this huge intersection, which brought us into here, and I eventually started building this area. Traffic did start to get really bad, which made me kind of then do questionable stuff like this overpass, which actually works, so maybe it wasn't that questionable. It was the first time that I really played with the kind of metro line, kind of combining it with the bus hubs. So my kind of train system was kind of intertwined, connected. It's the first time I did something like this. You can kind of see that I do this quite often right now, especially in the Fallsopolis series, where I'm kind of using the hubs as main crisscrosses for different types of public transport and all that kind of jazz. Up here we have this is when I start to kind of run out of ideas. I built this airport up here on the mountaintop, which is really kind of weird. We have this whole kind of touristy area, which kind of makes no sense. We have a bunch of offices, and then we had this monorail, which is like point A to point B. Again, makes no sense. We built this beautiful little kind of nature park on top of the hill as well, and we had some really good train networks going around too. We got the Woodville University, which that did pretty good. Very expensive to run, but did pretty good as well. But one of the main things about this was the train network. I tried to take advantage of it as much as I can, but obviously I was quite limited to what we got done. And the whole kind of premises of this city was, it's like Oil Town. It's like Fish Town. It was all based on one industry, which was the wood industry. which we have the Woodville Inc. We did create like a rival wood company, didn't we? Which is just over here, the Woodworks Corp. But this one, 31,000 profit. I mean, not too shabby. This one, 11,000. And this is a lot smaller. It's literally just this little side there, where this, it's hard to see, but the buildings are everywhere. They're all kind of nestled and hidden inside of the forest, which is kind of hilarious. But I've never had as much trouble with trains as I did do in this save game. Now, just kind of thinking back to it. You can't, I mean, you can see the trains coming along. Look how many cargo stops there are right now. Holy moly. I got these little turn-off points. I think this is before I realised the 21 length that I kind of need. I think this is before I realised all this. I'm doing stuff like crisscrossing like this, which makes no sense. More kind of Y junctions down here, which again make no sense. Very questionable stuff, and lots of trains coming in right now, which is all over the place. But you think that's bad? Wait till you see what I built for an exportation area. So we've got more trains kind of hucking around, going down here. There's like long queues. There's some weird turn-offs. Very, very questionable stuff. But it all travels down to this. Nice little Y turns into this cargo airport. Okay, sweet. Then we have this mess. Do I want to talk about this? I don't know why I decided to kind of split it up. And why I've got so many cargo areas. This is a passenger area as well. I don't know what's going on. Okay, guys. I don't know what's going on over here. They're not even using it that much. Please, don't say anything. But then we got this big... I mean, look at my trumpets right now. I think this was the first time I discovered how to build a trumpet. But I'm doing it in 2 lanes, which if I was to do one now, I would never do it in 2 lanes. I'll do it in a national road going over. Well, you've seen it, boys. You've seen how I do it in the Fallsopolis. I'd only do it in a 2-lane kind of situation scenario if I was doing maybe a highway style one, which we kind of split into lanes. But even then, I'm pretty much doing it kind of single-laned. And then we have, this is shocking. This highway, which is a highway, then it's a normal road, then it's a highway. Oh, this one I thought, you know, asymmetrical roads. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Beautiful highway. Oh, this is amazing. Where are we going to end? Nice little bridge over the train tracks. Oh, we end here. What is going on here, Soniac? What is going on here? Listen, don't talk to me. We got our aviation club right now. Got this beautiful little town. Again, amazing. Amazing. And pretty much we head back into the city. Listen, don't question what's going down, alright, guys? Don't question, okay? I remember having back up for days the amount of train traffic I had here right now. And again, this was shocking. But I literally tried to build the city based on trains. Didn't go down too well. And I've got train jams for days right now. It just goes on and on and on. Some nice wiggly road. But it goes on, and there's more coming, and I've got ridiculous amounts of death waves right now. But that was legit crazy. I mean, the amount of stuff we got going on here right now. So many suburbs. When you look at the public transport side of it, I was doing it in a sense of, that's a sus shape. That's a very sus shape. Don't talk about those sus shapes right now. Using the buses to bring everybody to the center, then have them travel on the metro to where they need to get to. I tried to incorporate passenger lines with the subway lines. I tried to take advantage of these little hubs as much as I pretty much could. So you have to take your mind back to a year ago when all these hubs were brand new. And like I said, I tried to take advantage of them. This is before all the hubs that we have now with the brand new DLCs. More bus routes coming along. It's like I have a bus route going back and forth here. But there's a metro line that goes right down to there. Makes it void in many ways, but it does go around. This purple one right now goes quite on for some time. Holy smokes, is that going for some time? Interesting. Interesting. Oh, we have the shipping coming into. I forgot about the shipping areas. I mean, they're not too bad. We have the ferries going across right now, but we had stuff like this, the little kind of cargo station for the ferry, but the train comes in, which could do a right turn, cut through the buildings, which I thought this is quite cool and edgy, and it bends around again. Like I said, this is when these stations and stuff just came out, and so I got some modded stations. And I thought they were pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this junction right now. Do I say any more? It's quite, I mean, I say this now. I'm still shocking at building. But this is making me question stuff. Look at my overpasses right now. This was because it looked cool on the modded store right now. Oh, this is when I first started to build these little separate kind of cemetery areas. Remind you of Falls Upperless much? It's like I think I've done. It's like I think I've improved, but I haven't. What is this? I've done the weirdest turning, but there's not one for the other side. What was I thinking? What was I thinking right now? Look at this junction. This whole section there. Don't want to know, boys. Do not want to know. Over 1,000 people arriving by plane, though. That's pretty good. That is pretty good, but it's still very questionable. Now, what I found really difficult is, in the real-time mod, it was like certain times a day, like at the bottom down here, it had like little kind of things that were kind of like zoned off, like had a block or something. So like in a certain time of day, if it was a weekday, they would all go to work in the morning, and then at a certain time at the night, they'll all come back. Then you add the random days in the week, and at the weekends where there'll be an event going on. Now, the weekends are always busy for this nature park right now, and you'll probably find that it looks a bit weird because there's two roads coming in. The road comes up here, it kind of turns off and goes in. It was set up quite funky, but I could never sort out the traffic because they literally wanted to go to here every weekend, and every time that happened, I'd have traffic jams for days. And I think it was like a random day, like a Tuesday in the game, where this area here would become heavily popularized. So if I had the traffic going to here, it would take me days to kind of fix the traffic over the weekend. Then Monday, then Tuesday came, and then this will get busy. Meaning this whole section there was just rammed, and I could never fix it. I mean, looking back at it now, I'll probably able to do an even better job now, but back then, I had no clue what was going on. Look at this. The perfect place here for a roundabout, and there's nothing there, boy. I mean, I've got one there. I mean, what are the chances there's lane management on this, but the roundabout's not set up correctly? Ah, okay. No lane management. There's some there, but it's not. Okay, now it's set up correctly. It wasn't set up correctly. It was not set up correctly. I mean, it looks like we could do with a roundabout just here as well. There could be done with one. I mean, a couple of spots down here for them. I thought this was pretty cool, splitting up the road to go multiple ways. I got my little city. What is it? A city park? No, that's a district. Oh, okay. Oh, it just reminded me. I tried to come up with cool little names for stuff at the beginning. It was called Woodpecker Heights, Spruce Willis Park. Yeah. And I think that's as hilarious as they all pretty much got. We got Daffodil Hills. I don't know if that was something that we named, but we tried to make everything kind of like woodland themed related, but it didn't go down too well. It didn't go down too well. What else we got over here right now? I mean, how is this not doing any better? Okay, 42,000. It's increasing. But look how much units we produced. That's actually quite a lot, isn't it? That is actually quite a lot. But all I'm seeing right now is train jams. Train jams for days. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, it would be quite hilarious if we came back and did an episode where we fixed everything wrong with it. That would be quite cool, because there's many, many things wrong with this city right now. Many, many things. Oh, I forgot about the dam that's producing power. Only 112 megawatts, though, considering. But doesn't it look just kind of beautiful, though? It does look kind of beautiful. So, like I said, I have no idea how I managed to get this working again. It's blown my freaking mind. But, should we fix it? Should we come back with one more episode and give it the send-off that it deserves? Now, if I can load this up again in the future and I can fix it and I can save it as a new game, I might be able to put this on the Steam Workshop. Because this is the only series that I've done of City Skylines where I haven't been able to put it on the Steam Workshop because, like I said before, it previously corrupted the file. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys. This is an interesting one. I don't know where to take this. But I'll let you guys decide in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.